Hey guys, Marty here. Real quick video market update. So if you recall, over the last 12 months, every real estate agent, broker, realtor, were beating that drum as loud as we could, really to talk about a lack of inventory, historical lack of the number of houses that were actually on the market and available. Well, it appears that the market responded to that. And, I'm going off of really just anecdotal evidence that we realtors, and other sources that we rely on, inventory, and I'm going to use my, my whiteboard here to make some visual representations. Inventory indeed went up. Inventory went up considerably from the spring and summertime. We saw a lot of new construction hit the market. I'm sure just visually everybody out there saw a lot of houses go up for sale, and that increased inventory big time. So inventory is a function of price, supply, demand, economics 101. So what we really are starting to see when you have a lot of excess inventory, we've seen prices begin to normalize. And what we're starting to see here is the pendulum, if you can see my pendulum, is really starting to kind of go from seller's market, meaning it can't be any better for sellers. Year over year, you're getting 10%, book it. In a normal market where you're starting to see more of a balance of supply and demand, you're going to naturally see prices start to swing in the other direction. You're seeing that a lot of it. You can blame various sources, maybe over-exuberance on seller sides, new construction, house packages just going up at record prices, and buyers really we're starting to kind of sit back and say, we're going to wait a little bit on that, and we are starting to see prices start to come in the other direction. So why does that happen? And is that something really that you should be worried about as a consumer? Potentially that you're a buyer who's yet to buy, you're a homeowner who's considering selling and moving up or moving to a different property to buy, or you're just a seller, thinking about buying. Is that a concern? Is this, another real estate crash like 2008? No, it's not, and I'll tell you why. Corrections, and I wouldn't even say this is a correction, what you're seeing is a healthy market doing a natural market movement. Markets are just like the tide, they ebb and they flow naturally. And it's healthy, especially when you see the government, Federal Reserve, they raise interest rates. They do that for a reason, to slow down what they consider a overinflating marketplace. And that's exactly what it does. You see interest rates kind of go up. You see that also affect prices a little bit. So prices are beginning, and I'm not saying that if you're a seller on the fence that you shouldn't consider selling if that's part of your overall life strategy. Of course you should, because we've experienced a decade almost of price appreciation. You're sitting on some equity. However, as a buyer, you shouldn't be discouraged that you may not be able to afford anything, because we're starting to see buyers have a little bit more of a say in the local marketplace, meaning you have some more choices. You're going to maybe have less competition at certain listings, so on and so forth. But the reason why you're not going to get 10% appreciation year over year for no good reason is because wage growth is also a function of price appreciation. Now, wages are only going up 3% a year. So can you have 10% real estate appreciation when wages are only going up 3% a year? You really can't. So this isn't something that anybody should panic over if you're hearing that there's a big correction in real estate. There's really not. There's kind of a flattening out of real estate appreciation. Doesn't mean certain neighborhoods aren't still going up. Real estate is local. So you may live in a very, very desirable neighborhood with no houses and no inventory. You're still in the driver's seat. You may live in neighborhoods where other things are happening that may affect real estate. So just know real estate's always local, but overall, in the news cycle, you're going to start hearing a little bit of weakness in real estate. It's not weakness, again, it's normal market, a normal healthy market reaction. So any questions about real estate, give me a shout. That's all I know. I don't know a lot. I know a little bit about real estate. So, all right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening.